Good morning, my dancers. Today is Tuesday, April 14th, and it just happens to be Tickle Tuesday. We're going to continue on with plants, and we're going to talk about some of the things that plants need. Okay, plants need really essentially three things. They need light, water, and air, and enough space to grow. Okay, outdoor plants get lights from the sun. Indoor plants, they get a light source from some of our lights and the sunshine that comes in through the windows, so they can grow. I'm sure a lot of you have nice indoor plants. Both indoor and outdoor plants need air, and indoor and outdoor plants need water. Plants grow in different places, and the amount of rain can be different. In a rainforest, they get a lot of rain, so plants may look different. And in the desert, if you guys have been to the desert, I'm sure a lot of you have, where there's not a lot of rain, that's a characteristic of a desert, the leaves look much different. Do you guys know what a cactus is? I'm going to show you some different plant types tomorrow and what their different leaves look like. And in the desert, the plants need to conserve as much water as they can, so they have different adaptations that allow them to survive in these environments. Some plants like a lot of sunshine, some plants like just a little bit of sunshine. And right now I have some plants growing in a greenhouse because it's a little too cold. Some plants don't like it cold at all, especially little seedlings. So I'm going to start some of my vegetables in a greenhouse, and then when it's warm enough, I will bring them outside and plant them in the ground. Now we have a special community helper who does this on a larger scale than Miss Chris's backyard, and they're called farmers. And we'll talk more about farmers in May. But we just really need farmers because they grow so much food for us. And we eat a lot of plants. And I'm going to show you some different types of plants. And I'm going to tell you the part of the plant that we are eating. Okay, so some of you might like asparagus. All right, and we are eating what's called a stem. This is the stem of asparagus. Some of you might like garlic, some might not, but there's garlic, and garlic is a bulb. Okay, so we're eating the bulb. I'll cut up some garlic on Thursday when I cut open our bean, and we'll take a look at it. And this, do you guys like cauliflower? And guess what part of the plant we're eating? We're eating the flower. Isn't that crazy? We're eating the flower part of the plant. Here's another bulb called an onion. An onion's a bulb. Do you guys like tomatoes? Little tomatoes. They're a fruit. Okay, there's the tomatoes. We don't eat the leaves of the tomato plant. We eat the fruit of the tomato plant. And here's another fruit, an apple. Apples grow on trees. Have you ever seen an apple tree? And guess what pumpkin is? Pumpkin, they grow on a vine. And that's a fruit. Okay, and you see right here, that's the flower. And the flower turns into a pumpkin. These are potatoes. Remember I showed you my potato yesterday? Okay, so I'm going to plant my potato. I'm going to cut it apart and plant it and give it lots of space to grow. And the tomato plant or potato plant will grow up and look like this. And underneath, that's where the potatoes are. And out of that one potato plant, look how many potatoes. And we are eating the roots of this plant. And we're eating the root of this plant. Do you guys know what this plant is? It's a carrot. That's the root. It's called a root vegetable. So yeah, we eat lots of plants. Lots and lots of plants. And plants are great for us. Today I have some fun things for you to do. I'm going to make a silly sentence. And I want you to tell me if it's fact or fiction. Okay? The dog jumped over the moon. Is that pretend or real? Pretend. Fiction, made up. How about, let's tell a story about David. David went to Costa Rica. Is that fact or fiction? That's fact. David and his family went to Costa Rica, didn't they? How about Spence went to Hogwarts school as a wizard? Is that pretend or made up? That's pretend. That's fiction. And let's do one more. Let's say that Libby dances to Alexa. I think Libby does dance to Alexa. She told me today. So later today, maybe make some silly sentences with your family and have them guess if it's real or pretend, okay? Well, I want you also to discuss how word endings on action words it describes when the action was done. For example, I am running, okay? I am running. That's happening right now, isn't it? And run is an action word. So I am running. How about I just ran? Ran. That means it happened in the past, right? So I have some activities that I've given your parents, and they'll make up some sentences for you. For example, Miss Chris took a walk outside. She walks to school every day. She was walking home when she saw a moose, and she quickly walked back to her house after she was done hiking. So that's just one example of an action word in sentences, and I chose walk, but you could choose run, swim, ski, jump, hide, play, talk. Even sleep is an action word, even though you're not doing much. So that's one activity. And then I want you guys to, with your parents, to choose one word and use a describing word, which means you're going to describe something. So here's my flowers. I'm going to describe them. Pretty. They smell good. Okay. White. Those are describing words. So for example, if I say spring, what do you think of? How would you describe spring? Well, I would describe it as rainy, windy. Okay, so have some fun with words today. This is our day 4 vocabulary. So we're going to introduce new vocabulary words, and I have a song for you to sing with your parents. And for your movement activity, I want you to stretch and exercise to songs, and I want you to feel your heart rate, okay? Feel what happens to your heart when you exercise. And you can put your 2 fingers here, and maybe you'll feel it beat. Or you can put your 2 fingers here and feel your heartbeat, okay? All right. That's your activities for today. So have fun, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.